Hannah and I have a secret. Yeah. We were contestants on the infamous... What an embarrassing way to go home.
I know. The truth behind crushable moral compass?
Everyone's an op.
And I'm like, this is sketchy as
Oh, that's your boy, Nayo Kenza. Alright, today I'm joined with a very, very, very special guest.
I'm Hannah. Hi.
Hey. Now, Hannah and I have a secret. Yeah, it's a pretty big secret.
Pretty big secret.
Yeah. I don't know if we should say what the secret is though.
Oh, I don't know. I think we should keep it to ourselves.
Alright.
End the video.
End of the video. Peace. Actually, yeah, you know, all jokes aside and stuff. Yeah, you guys might have heard of a little show called Squid Game. And Netflix actually recorded and shot and filmed live action reality show challenge of it. I can't say any words right. Anyways, long story short, we were on the notorious, infamous,
that's the word, yeah.
We were contestants on the infamous Netflix reality version of Squid Game. So Squid Game, the challenge. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, it was us. We were on it. We were the Squid Game. She was the squid, I was the game.
We were one of the... How many people were there? There were 456 contestants that were chosen for the show.
And 3 got disqualified prior to the game before the game started.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 hooked up. Actually, no, I think several. Okay, I know that 2 hooked up.
Oh,
and they were
I'm learning
eliminated.
things now. Okay.
Yeah. And 1 person had COVID, so unfortunately they had to go back. And I think 1 person didn't pass the criminal background check.
Oof.
So we started with 456, and then I think we actually ended up shooting with 452.
Really?
I think. My math
so
might
they
be
just
off.
like didn't have those numbers in the game?
Just one in the game. Yeah.
I mean, I heard about the people that ordered Uber Eats. Were those different people? You didn't hear about that?
No, was it before the game started?
Yeah, before the game started. So this is kind of a side note, but we weren't allowed to order any takeout food, right? Once we got to the quarantine hotel, which was like where we had to wait for a couple of days before we went into the games, we were only allowed to eat the hotel food.
That is
or
true.
the food that was assigned to us.
The prison food.
And I heard that there were a couple people that ordered Uber Eats and they were sent home. So I don't know like where that fits in, but that is what I heard.
What an embarrassing way to go home.
I know.
But like, I can understand that though. I think if I got sent home for hooking up, I'd have a lot of explaining to do to my wife first of all.
It's true.
A lot of explaining.
She would not enjoy that probably.
You're like, what happened? I ordered Uber Eats. Yeah, but that's such a weird thing to come all that way. Like, if you get COVID, that can't be helped. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But to come all that way just to get sent home.
To make a mistake like that, yeah.
And I hope it was good food. I mean, but it can't be good food. It's the UK.
That's true.
Yeah, like
fish and chips, mushy peas.
Ooh, there's no food in the UK I'd risk, chance at Squid Game over.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. But anyways, now another show is out now. The show's airing. Yay! We shot this in March, so I have hay fever. So bear with me.
March 2023. Yeah.
Had it?
Wait, what?
Today's the 12th.
2023. The year.
Yeah. I've been thinking about British food and make my brain go mush, like the mushy peas. But yeah, so we know there's a lot of chat, around, and we wanted to give our take about what it was like to be on Squid Game. Yes. So this is the truth, or our truth at least.
The truth behind.
Let's do that one more time.
The truth behind Squid Games, the reality TV show.
Bum, bum, bum.
What is this? Oh, Squid Game's a challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
But once again, we did shoot this ahead of time because we're both in Japan at the same time.
Yeah, visiting him in Tokyo, which is awesome.
Yay!
We just can't tell anyone yet.
Not yet. And I have hay fever, so please bear with us. All right. Well, first thing, we're going to talk about different parts of the experience. I guess the first part we'll talk about the beginning and leading up to it.
Yeah.
So, all right. The first question was, it was our, yeah, you know what? Blah, cut. Anyways.
We're going to have to cut quite a bit of this, I feel like.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Anyways, we're going to talk about experience. We'll break it down to 3 different parts. And yeah, the first part we'll talk about the audition process. So for you, what was the audition process like?
So at least for my audition process, well, maybe we should talk about the application.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because not everyone knows what the application process is like.
Yeah.
So the application process, I found out about the application through, I think, a Facebook post. It was on Subtle Asian Treats, which is like a Facebook. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Yeah, Subtle Asian Treats, and it popped up on my Facebook feed, which kind of ages me. But I clicked on it, and then there's like a trailer for the TV show. I'm like, I love Squid Games. That was like definitely my type of show, because going back to like the testing where your, what's it called, like ethical sense lies, I guess, is very interesting to me, and kind of seeing that, what is it called? Like observing the human condition.
And like what they do in that situation.
What happens when you are pushed to your limit. That's the kind of thing that I was really interested in doing. So I'm like, if anything, this is the kind of show I would apply for. So I clicked on it, I applied for it. We had to film a 1 minute or 30-second video. To submit to Netflix. Not the kind of thing that I've ever done in my life before, but I was literally bored at work. And I'm definitely the type of person that takes as many opportunities as possible. Again, at the time, I was like, there's no way I get this.
No way.
There's zero way that I get this.
Zero chance.
But I was like, it'd be kind of cool. A little bit fun if I got to like submit something and then like maybe got through like a couple rounds. So that was kind of why I applied. I can send you the video of like my application as well if you want to see it.
I want to see it. I think I deleted my video because I was like, no.
You deleted it?
Yeah, I totally deleted that. Yeah, but
What was your? Do you remember what you said in your video though?
No, I don't know. The reason why I applied though, because my cousin and I, we liked The Circle, that show.
Oh, The Circle, yeah.
And we actually, I think it was like November 2021. We were watching The Circle and we said, you know what, let's apply, let's go on this. So I think in January 2020.
You applied to The Circle?
We applied to The Circle.
Oh.
Yeah, we individually applied and then we applied together to go on as a team.
Okay.
And I think the producers were like, no. But I signed up for the Studio Lambert newsletter or whatever to get notifications from them.
Yeah.
And then I think like in March of 2022, I was leaving my former job and between jobs. And I was like, yeah, whatever, like I'll just do this, for the hell of it. And I signed up for it.
Did you watch Squid Game though?
I watched Squid Game, but like I think I didn't come at it from a very intellectual point of view. It stressed me out. Like the show, I don't know why, it was stressed because I'm old.
It's a stressful show. Yeah. It's super gory.
Yeah. I watched it only because I knew it was going to be I knew it was going to be something I needed to know for like a pop culture reference.
Yeah.
And my wife was watching it, and I didn't want to watch it, but she was like, "You should watch this; it might be good." And then I start seeing the people react to it on social media. I was like, "All right, well, it might be good for me to be aware of this." So I watched it, and then I forgot about it, and I forgot about the audition process too.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like late October 2022. I got an email saying like, "Congratulations, you've been selected." And I was like, for what?
Oh, really?
Oh,
you didn't get a phone call?
I didn't get a phone call.
Really?
I was notified that I was selected, and then after that, the phone call started.
I see.
But I live in Japan, so they probably just figured, just.
Yeah, no, mine was way sketchier than that.
Yeah?
It was like, I remember I was going to a museum with my sister who happened to be visiting, and I was driving my Mini Cooper, and I got a phone call while I was driving. Mini Cooper,
bro. Okay, I see you.
She's dead now, but.
The Mini Cooper?
The Mini Cooper's dead. She was the love of my life when she died. But it's a whole nother story.
Okay.
I had to like hitchhike from Connecticut to New Jersey because my car died.
Sounds so sus.
But
sounds so dangerous.
I remember I was like, we were driving in DC to the Natural History Museum. And I got a phone call. It says unknown number, right? And I'm like, this is sketchy as there's not. And I'm like, should I pick up? And my sister's like, yeah, pick up. Like, you never know who it's gonna be. I was like, hello? And they're like, this is the Netflix show? And I was like, from an unknown number, what the But apparently all the US people had this.
Yeah. That's so sus.
And, I never would have picked up, but my sister just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And she was like, you should pick up. So I was like trying to steer the car with one hand. I was like shaking with my other hand. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting it. And then they were like, why do you think you have what it takes to be on the show? And I think I told them that I've been told that I have questionable moral compass.
Ah, they use the corruptible.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to know where my loyalty lies, is what I told them. And the lady on the phone kind of laughed at me. And she was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then she's like, let's cast you. So that was my initial phone call. Yeah. And then they did the... Should we talk about the second round?
Yeah, we should have the second round. Okay. Yeah.
So after that, I was cast... I went to the second round auditions, which is like pretty much a video call, kind of like this situation.
Yeah.
And then they ask you questions and they ask you to be like energetic, and see if you are able to talk on camera.
Yeah, I did that. I think I had I can't remember. It was the blonde lady. I think.
Oh, do you have the blonde lady?
I don't want to say her name. I don't want to get him in trouble. But it started with a V. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
And yeah, she was asking me questions. Oh, hey Niall. So like, why do you want to be in the show? And I was like, because I think I'm a jerk. Like I think.
Did you say that?
Yeah, like dead ass. I was like, I think what I'm gonna. She's like, what's your strategy? And like, I was lying my ass off. But I was like, I'm gonna betray people. I was like, I'm gonna gain people's trust and I'm gonna betray them if it works to my advantage. And they were like, okay. But I think they just wanted me because like I live in Japan. They're like, that's interesting. Just put them out. And then like they saw my tattoos and they're like, huh, interesting. So I was
Diversity, yeah.
Definitely, I was a diversity hire.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I got on the show. And then lo and behold, I didn't betray anybody, at least not to my knowledge.
Okay, so I think I had a pretty similar experience where like I think the whole time we were there, everyone was like, wow, everyone here is so nice. Like it's all kumbaya, And when I was asking people like, why do you think you got cast? They were like, well, I think it's just because I'm a really good person and I want to help people. And me having said that I'm interested in like testing my like loyalty to people. I felt like such an asshole being in that setting. I'm like, am I the villain? Am I the only one here that's like kind of got cast as this person? Yeah. So it's refreshing to hear that.
It's all the Slytherin in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, these are gonna be the people that stir the pot.
And lo and behold, we did not.
I know.
I think, but yeah, honestly, like to go back to that though, because like I remember saying like they're asking me like what type of people I don't get along with.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't get along with alpha males, or like like people who have really strong opinions, which I have tons of strong opinions. But I was like, I'll fight somebody if I have to. And they were like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't fight anybody.
I was never in a position where like maybe if I got to the last couple rounds, maybe that side would have came out. But I'm glad that it didn't.
Same here. All right. Next question.
Next question.
I think we covered a lot, to be honest with you.
We did.
Yeah.
It's gonna take so long.
Actually, but how did you feel about getting chosen though? Like, how did it make you feel to know that like you've been chosen to be on Squid Game?
I mean, it's always a confidence boost, right?
Oh, definitely.
Because it's like they tell you there were like 100,000 applicants and you were the one that we chose, and you're like, I'm special. But I mean, I wasn't cast till very late.
Oh, very late.
Yeah.
Like how late you talking?
Like I didn't know for sure that I was going to the UK until a week before I went.
Bro, I was in the same boat. Like I knew I was gonna be on the show, but I didn't know if my documents had cleared or whatever.
Oh.
So like you might be able to come out, but you might not be able to film. And I was like, if I come out, I'm filming. Like I'm sorry.
I think I got the phone call to be like, you are cast. Now we're gonna start the documentation.
Damn. Oh, a week before?
Yeah.
Did you do like the health check? I think I might have already
started the health stuff.
Okay.
But like, they were like, oh, you're gonna go through the documentation just in case you do get cast. And then I got the final call a week before. So the whole time I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna. I really hope that I'm gonna get it because I've already like told some people, and that would be super embarrassing.
She told me. We didn't even know each other.
But I lost my train of thought.
But getting cast like at the last moment though was kind of like, was it?
Yeah, I mean,
sobering or something, or like, how did it feel?
I think up to that point, because I had told people, I was like, I really hope I get it because I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Once I got cast, I was like, should I even go?
Yeah.
I did have that thought.
Yeah, I didn't want to go. My wife was the one who like really like cheerleaded me on, like cheered me on to go.
Yeah.
Like up until the last minute, I was like, I don't want to go. I didn't want to go to the UK. I didn't want to like, I have a lot going on here that I didn't want to step away from. And I'm terrified of heights. And like, I didn't know if they're going to be heights or not. Like I think my little on-screen panic cry attack was about trying to visualize tug of war. And before I went, I was like, I don't want to cry on TV. Like, yeah, I did not want to go. It's like the 11th hour.
The original game was like on a platform.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, dude. But
did they ever end up doing tug of war?
No tug of war.
No tug of war.
Nah.
Even though it was on the wall.
It's on the wall. It was to trick us.
So misleading.
Oh, so misleading. But the good thing is at least we survived. We survived without like green light.
Survived.
Just to come back later. But yeah, being picked was a confidence boost. Yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like our partners probably want us to go on it more than we actually want to go on.
And like that's another thing.
Go
a lot of the people who went on the show and made it past red light, green light are people in relationships.
Yeah.
A lot of married people, a lot of people in very like long-term stable relationships, which probably made the show not as exciting as the producers wanted it to be. They're like, here are some condoms, and we're like,
chapstick.
Yeah, the lube chapstick.
No, that's true. I think like, I can't speak for everyone, but I think the people that like the reason why maybe more people with relationships made it past red light, green light was we maybe had a clearer sense of like what we were doing it for.
Yeah.
Or like we can envision people. Yeah, purpose. We can envision our partners or our people like making fun of us for coming home early or like cheering us on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're back already.
Mm-hmm.
Or like ganbare, go,
Yeah.
like, do your best. Yeah.
Having someone to cheer you on is huge.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So now, for everyone out there who would like to be on reality TV or whatever,
yeah.
how would you recommend getting on reality TV? I don't recommend it, to be honest with you. So
I saw some audition videos that people did that were like really put together, right?
Some of the raps and stuff.
The rap video was insane.
Yeah. Put a link to that.
Yeah. So some people really put in a massive amount of effort, but I think a lot of the time it backfired.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like from the producer's perspective, it's like, what are you compensating for?
Yeah.
So the video that I made was very cut and dry and, I try to be like authentic and be a real person and told them like what sets me apart from other people. And it doesn't have to be special, you just have to be able to talk about your strengths. And that's all.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if you're too much of a character from the jump, then maybe from a production point of view, they can't mold you to be a character.
Right.
And also, like, what are you overcompensating for?
Exactly.
And if you're just, like, a real person in a reality show, like, it's called reality for a reason, hopefully. So, I think the producers are like, I can take this person on. And, like, it'd be interesting to see how they go in this situation, as opposed to, like, someone who's very much, like, rehearsed and planned prior to it.
And that way, like, I think when we said to, like, the producers or the casters, like, oh, I would like to test these aspects of myself, or, like, I'm really interested in, like, seeing the black and white aspect of the show, it comes off a lot more authentic than the people who were to like pick up the phone and be like, I want to hurt people. Those people probably didn't get cast.
Could you imagine being at like, wait, the show, I want to hurt people. So we talking like physically, like emotionally? Like we have liabilities we think about. So oh, okay, cool. But I do think there might have been one or two people on the show.
Yeah, no, that's
that
what I was like, they
that.
probably said that though.
198.
It's not going to work if you have too many of those though,
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's going to be like just chaos the whole time.
Exactly, and that's not as fun.
Yeah. And I think, to be honest, like looking back on it now, thinking about like the first game, I know we're skipping ahead a bit, but I think a lot of people who were like really like character formed, I think a lot of the people who came to the game already intending to be a certain character, I think a lot of them actually got out in red light, green light.
Yeah.
It's like you saw them at the front of it.
Yep.
And they were like, "This is
it,
bro."
The super determined people.
Out.
They're gone.
Yeah, gone. Yeah. All right. Next part. Okay, so now for you, like, what was it like leading up to the games, though? Like, leading up to leaving to the UK, mentally getting ready to be on the show.
I'm trying to remember. It was definitely a little bit, it's definitely isolating.
Yeah.
Like we had to stay in our own hotel rooms. We weren't allowed to talk to other people. I remember feeling a little bit out of place because the people that actually all got out, like there were a lot of the actor types who are very like extroverted, or the model types that seemed like they were just like used to the entertainment industry. And I'm definitely not that. So just coming in and feeling out of place, don't know how to act, and then you're like, are they already forming alliances?
Yeah. Like I have to say that in the beginning, like I knew that it was quite hard for people to not talk to each other, but I was very happy that the production didn't want us to make alliances prior to the game, because I think I can't speak for everyone, but I know I felt the same way. I felt like out of sorts. Like I was messaging my wife and my friends back here, just like, dude, what the am I doing? Like, it was gnarly. Like, I think because I just came from Japan, and I just came from the UAE, so I was still wearing my mask. And like, I remember sitting in the lobby when I got there, and there was one character who was just talking a lot to people, and the staff had to be like, dude, like stop it.
Yeah.
And he just kept talking, and I was like, bro, how do you have so much to say right now?
I know.
Like, I have my mask on and everything. I was just sitting there just like, everyone's an op. Everyone's an enemy.
Like, I really didn't want to be this person, but like, I do think that I wasn't in a bad mental state,
Yeah.
but there was like, for example, a girl who was texting someone who, you know, she wasn't supposed to be, but she was texting another person who was playing, and they probably traded numbers or something.
Yeah.
And of course, you're not allowed to do that. And a part of me was like, should I tell on her? Because like, you know, it's obviously an advantage, but it was also partially jealousy of like, oh, she gets to talk to people. Why don't I get to talk to people?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't, because I was like, I shouldn't. I'm a grown-ass adult, and
to get eliminated for that would be kind of embarrassing too.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, dude.
But it was definitely, I called a lot of friends to like stay sane. Yeah.
I think it actually helped through the experience though, like not from a production point of view only, but also from our point of view too. Because I think by the time we all like passed the first red light, green light game and got to the dorms, we were all trauma bonded, but we hadn't really spoken to each other that much. So it was like, like I think that's one of the reasons why the first few days I guess was so peaceful.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, everyone was keen to know who each other were, but also at the same time, like, you know, we all gone through that massive thing, but we hadn't talked. So like, you know, I don't know. That's looking back on it now, I could see how that might have added to like the sense of camaraderie throughout the first few games, that we could finally talk to each other after going through something so crazy.
Yeah. It's like you only have to have one thing in common.
Yeah.
To talk to people.
Yeah.
And like, it's not even just like, oh, we're part of the same group or anything like that anymore. It's like, we just went through that and we can talk about the experience. After a while, though, it was like, we got tired of talking about it.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a great initial connection point because we were able to connect with literally anyone in the room.
Yeah. In fact, let's do a quick talk and let's talk about red light, green light. I might edit this out and make it its own video.
Okay.
But still, like, we have to talk about it because I remember skipping ahead after we got eliminated. When we came up to the hotel, another player who had gotten eliminated before us was like, "Oh, bro, like you don't know, like
that guy."
Yeah, and we're like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, like it's all over the news and everything." Oh, I can't recall. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for telling us.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you had blonde hair and you had like a
blonde hair.
Was it not blonde?
I thought it was someone else.
Everyone's blonde to me.
That's good.
But yeah. But like I remember I went to my room, like I think after like, you know, we had a little like pizza party, whatever. I was in my room and people were pissed.
Yeah.
That they lost red light, green light.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
they're probably gonna be making videos too.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So if you're watching this video, this is the truth about red light, green light.
This is
too.
Yeah, this is our perspective.
Yeah.
Which is we were there for longer, so
yeah. And we, you know, we didn't lose the game. So not to be catty, but like, you know, I think I would have had a different perspective if I had lost in red light, green light as well.
Yeah.
Especially depending on how I lost, I would have had a way different perspective. So, you know, their perspectives are valid. But, you know, we want to share our perspectives about it. And, yeah, dude, first and foremost, like, how would you describe the whole red light, green light process in one word? Like, the whole game, the whole ordeal.
One word?
Yeah. Or, like, one sentence. But, like, keep it minimal words, please.
God, anything I say is gonna sound so like cliche and cheesy, you know? I definitely think that it was a moment when I was tested to the absolute limit of my like mental ability.
Deadass.
So that's probably my summary.
Like for me, I always tell people like it was hell. Like deadass, like, you know, obviously I've never been to hell. But like I think mentally it was hell in the sense that like, you know, you were pushing yourself to the limit. And like I never thought I would have been capable of doing that.
Same.
And I don't think I'm capable of doing it again unless like I'm in a very particular circumstance similar to that.
Yep.
Like for those of you guys that don't know, we're recording this before the show airs. Obviously, contractually, we can't talk about this until it airs. So we haven't seen how the show edited it, but it lasted like 7 hours. Yeah, like the claims were kind of true. It was like -5 degrees Celsius. We were in an airport, like an old air hangar, like a military air hangar. We were wearing like, you know, under thermals. I think we had underwear, 2 pairs of thermals, the tracksuit bottom. We had I think 2 under thermals under our t-shirt, our squib packs, and then they were long sleeve undershirts too.
Yeah.
And then we also had our track tops.
I had 1 short sleeve and then 1 long sleeve. Not that it really matters.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it wasn't like 1 layer.
Yeah.
But like when you're standing still for 7 hours, like it doesn't matter how many layers you're really wearing. Like you're gonna get cold.
Yeah. So like, and I think the production team on there, and I will say they tried to get us ready for it, but like, it was like a cold snap in the UK or whatever it is. So I think, I'm not trying to like take any blame over them. I'm not trying to put blame on them. I just think, from a production point of view, they crossed all their T's and dotted their I's. So like they're warm, they're ready to go. But I don't think they thought it was gonna take us long.
I mean, I don't. So from what I heard, production didn't think that it was going to take that long.
Yeah.
They were not planning for it to take that long. It was only supposed to be like a couple hours max. Like, yes, make it hard for us.
Yeah.
Because a single game of red light, green light is going to be too easy if you just do it in one go. So they definitely wanted to cut people, but they definitely were not expecting it to take that long.
Yeah.
That being said, like, yes, they did give us like thermals and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, for example, our hand warmers and our feet warmers, like they
took those away.
They took away our feet warmers.
Yeah.
Like they checked the back of our socks to make sure we weren't going to keep any.
Yeah.
For what reason, I truly don't know.
I think after a while though, they might. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying to speculate. Maybe they would have been hazardous to us or something to have them for so long. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how
That's true.
How the warmers are made.
Heat warmers can. You're not supposed to have them on for like a super long amount of times because you can get like the. I don't know how to say it in English. It's like the low temperature burns.
Oh yeah.
Like from long-term exposure.
Yeah.
So that might be why. I also heard it might be because it's unfair that some people had them, some people didn't.
That's fair too. Yeah, to like level the playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think all in all, it took about 7 hours to play. I think I remember going in after lunch and people talking that it was I think like either 1 or 2:30, and then I had finished on the last heat, like the very last heat. And Kiara and I were walking back to our tent, and I happened to look at the iPad when the guy was checking to see if I passed or not. And the clock said like after 9:30, it was like 9:37.
Were you the last group to
finish? Dead last.
Kiara finished earlier, no?
She finished 2 groups prior to me.
Okay, yeah.
And what about you? Which heat did you
finish in? I was last group.
You were last as well. That was before we knew each other too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that means we could talk about the 38-second massacre or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That
was brutal.
But I loved it though.
That was brutal. It makes for super good TV, you know?
No, because like, before we get there, we should break down the game though. So like, let's break down the game of what happened so we can like talk about the massacre. Because like, actually we're going to pause right here because Michael's coming in. I got to pee. So yeah, after these messages.